tell you what it do. And Mr. Fuck the Government Podcast. Revolution. Let's get it. What it is. Revolution. Hey. You know what it is. This is the revolution. Time for the heist move. Had to call the crew up. They pulled up, gave them a bag. Niggas suit up, smoke on the bag. Blunts bigger than the tuba. Loaded the mag. From the brains, they gon' scoop up. All black jag, on the truck in the Supra. Go to the checkpoint while I call myself the crew up. Inside job, got a chick as the hostess. Sneaking around while the motherfucker toasted. Time for the hacking. If we get caught, it's into the dragon. On the truck burst through, everybody stazzing. Then the safe open now, everybody grabbing. Go to smoke bomb guy, everybody gasping. Me and a bad bitch blasting, eliminating all these assassins. Called up the jag, told her hop in the Supra. We rolled on, counting on the loot up. Trunk banging, boot up. Move, bitch, get out the way before I shoot ya. Flipping every car that I shoot up. Demolition man, understand what I do, bruh. Revolutionary opportunists. Who was? Revolutionary opportunists. Who was? Revolutionary opportunists. Back to the hideout. Have to pull the weed and the wine out. Bad bitch, yes, she had a fine mouth. Give her a cut, I'm out the door. Got a text from my unmarked phone. And code got the cryptic. Whole bunch of feds on the hit list. Assassin's Creed style, now I kill her with the quickness. Vicious, call me Solid Snake in the bushes. Metal Gear on me, dog, ain't scared to pull it. Burst through the ceiling. I came to get the boss of the building. I'm walking in the hall of the villains. Feel like Batman on the mission. Elites, politicians, y'all the reason why the kids missing. Occupy the Getty, pay attention. Killing hood figures in an instant. They sacrificing women, now they about to catch a whipping. Never catch me slipping, about to load another clipping. Illuminati dipping as I blow up the building. Don't blame Russia, it's me, little bitches. Sniper rifle blasting every hater from a distance. Hacking every bank account and the fucking pension. Cyber crime, I'ma shine in my own dimension. Fuck the metaverse, government and religion. They brainwash through cell phones and television. Hacking every tech in existence. This is the realest, bitches. Revolution, homie. Revolutionary opportunists. Who was? Revolution, homie. What it is? Revolutionary opportunists. Who was? Revolutionary mind. Revolutionary opportunists. The Government Podcast. Revolutionary Story Part 1. Revolutionary opportunists. We ain't scared of the government. Blood is on. Part 2. Revolutionary Story Part 2. Shouts out to everybody. It's the Fuck the Government Podcast. You heard it first. Let me
Hey,
hit you
man.
with this laid back hit.
Saturday love.
Time while I'm rolling the slip. Spending time with a chick, yeah, I hopped in the
Live
whip.
from Detroit this Saturday afternoon.
I love the suspense that the story commence. Making love in the woods, yeah, the shit was intense. If it's same private property, we hop in the fence. She adventurous, yo, I ain't stopping the chick. We fucking in the labs by the satellite chicks. Then I took it to the roof by the satellite dish. Then we jumped off the roof, parachute to the coop. In the getaway car with a trunk full of loot. Made it to the hideout, we aborted the truth.
Fuck that government.
Low blue, me like a
You know it.
Their job well done, give her a salute.
Not in a good way.
Back and relax, sip the gin and the juice.
And funk you too. And not in a good way.
Revolutionary opportunists. Who was? Part 2. Revolutionary opportunists. Let me hit you with this laid back tune. Got the greatest rooms, about to go straight to the moon. We was in the mood, feel the energy in the
Thank you,
room.
Bob.
The cosmos is just me and her in the news. Now we got a call, got another mission to get. She can hesitate, she got a gun off the clip, headed to the villa. Every gets surrounded by killers, she my overwatch. My baby girl was sniping the niggas while I'm in the field. Call me John Wick with the skills, made it to the boss. You got 2 seconds to deal, so tell me the code. So I get my money, you go, but you didn't know. Had a red dot on this dome, she said, area clear. Walked up and handed her beer, made the mission complete sweet. Telling her cheers, now we on the road. About to head straight to the mold, have to lay low and then disappear like a ghost. Revolution, hope. Yeah. Hey, let's get it. Revolutionary opportunists. Who us? Hey, you know what it is. Revolutionary opportunists. Let me hit you with true potential, I'm too essential. Revolutionary lyrics will make the world tremble. Keep it simple, I'm going ham on this instrumental. Put the government, say it loud so you all remember. Did this member from January to December. Faces mad because they dealing with the epicenter. And my temper will make you remember you a little nigga. I'm a god, I turn states into bloody rivers. Metaphorical for a corrigible, I'm a beast. Off the leash like Jet Li, I'm being leashed. I'm a feast on every fed that fuck with me. With my lyrics, yeah, I gotta say it publicly. I'm the pebble that's in the ripples on every level. I'm a rebel that's sending shots at you fucking devils. So the globalist motherfuckers, they can get it too. My girl sent me a mission.
What we gonna do, Vance? Start a revolution. You know what it is.
Hey, what it is. Revolutionary opportunists. Who us? Hey,
Fuck the Government Podcast, episode 59. You heard it first.
let's get it. Revolutionary opportunists. Who us? You know what it is. Revolutionary opportunists. Who us?
Oh yeah.
Throw your hands up. Revolutionary opportunists. Who us? Shooter.
Part 3. Hit her with that part 3 real quick. Revolutionary Story Part 3 starts Friday. But you get the world premiere exclusive. Fuck the Government Podcast, episode 59. You heard it first. Fuck the government. Let's go.
Made it to the rendezvous. We was all strapped up, blacked up in a 6-man crew. About to go while to do what we do. Headshot to a fed. Now he's leaking on his new fresh suit. Went in the building, had to shoot at the front desk. The guards was upset. Then he got shot in the damn neck. Bass check, we don't need that shit for the room. Gotta hack these computers, get this money and move. Before we move, plant the C4 quick. Then we get to the whip, dropped off, then explode that bitch. At the HQ, watching the news, sipping brew with the crew, smoking weed, got a plan the next move. Where we gonna go? What we gonna do? Hit another black site, CIA wouldn't know what to do. So we creep in this bitch like Splinter Cell and kill a whale. All you fucking feds get sent to hell like Ripperville. You know what it is. Revolutionary opportunists. Who us? Shooter.
Part 3.
Revolutionary opportunist. Who was? Made it out the mission, I must stay. The sun rays shine on my gun in the midst of the gunplay. Sunday was a fun day. The phone away, decapitate the fed, bleed his brains on the lunch tray. Gun sprayed, the shot of fed on a brunch date. Then I called a banker slipping on lunch break. Fuck sake, the niggas off of the cupcake. Kidnap politicians, I need some fucking trunk space. Drop the car to the pier, they getting dropped off. See the witnesses, their heads is getting knocked off, popped off. Please don't give the semantics. I'm just trying to breach the building, get the schematics. Then pull up with the crew with automatics. Life is up, the people running in panic. Creeping through that bitch like Splinter Cell and killing well. All you fucking feds get sent to hell, I will prevail. Shouts out to everybody, hope everybody have a good weekend.
The Fuck the Government Podcast, episode 59.
Revolutionary opportunist. Who was?
You heard it first.
Hey, you know what it is. Revolutionary opportunist. Who was on the road in a high-speed chase? Switching lanes and I still managed to shoot the fucking cop in the face. Hit the sunroof, baby, grab that RPG. Shoot the fucking helicopter before it shoots at me. Shot that bitch, then it fell in the sea. Then the fed got close, I got the shooter with the SMG. Black truck, yeah, 5-6 times. Land on a cop car, yeah, y'all did, thought you was fine. Back to the hood, got away from the law. Had to switch out the car, chop shop, had to strip it for parts. On the road in the new whip, about to ride out to a new lick. We about to lead the feds fucking clueless. Rebel and the nuisance, revolutionary is the movement. The feds wanna see what I'm doing. Creeping on their ass like Splinter Cell and killing well. Fuck the government, send them to hell, I will prevail. Hey, you know what it is. Revolutionary opportunist. Who was? Shooter. Hey. Part 3. You know what it is. Revolutionary opportunist. Who was? Shooter. Hey. Revolutionary opportunist. Who was? Shooter. You know what it is. Now it's time to play the new track. First, we gotta play this one. This is a new track. Baby girl, you're my number one.
Phenom Rogue One Production.
New exclusive.
Baby girl, you're my number one. You're my number one.
She been living life with look.
All I wanna say, baby girl, you're my number one.
New exclusive.
Make love night and day, baby girl, you're my number one. Baby girl, you're my number one. By this girl like ever seen, it's like a dream. She was very assertive, she wanna roll with me. Overseas, love beaches, the nice breeze. Smoke weed, nightcap, a nice scene. Touch your body and lay your body, it's so hypnotic. So erotic, I'm getting litty, no doubt about it. Episodic, she's so exotic, and so I got it. She going up and down like hydraulics. New position, she did it over, I'm getting litty. Complicated you, resistance, but me and you in it. Can you dig it, then know you feel it, higher potential. You and me together, it is so essential. In my temple, we fucking vibe the instrumentals. Create our own new song when I'm in the middle. Not a fiddle, baby, I'm bleed like a missile. In the bedroom, girl, you know my credentials. All I wanna say, baby girl, you're my number one. Make love night and day, baby girl, you're my number one. You're my number one. Baby girl, you're my number one. Love making, yeah, I got your legs shaking. So amazing, turn up the heat, baby. New position, we share the vision, take two to get it. Put your legs on my shoulders, I'm about to fucking silly. Till you guys roll back, I know you feeling this. While we both get lost in these instruments. Best sex, relieve the stress, girl, you the best. Rewrite the Kama Sutra, let's do the test. Feel the frequency, synchronicity, sexual energy. Got the universe saying we are meant to be. Creating nirvana, we leave the samsara. We in a whole new realm so we can love proper. Can't stop us, time travel, call me the doctor. Operating your body, baby girl, it's an honor. It's an honor to be with you, can't nothing stop us. You the love of my life, I'ma say it louder. All I wanna say, baby girl, you're my number one. Make love night and day, baby girl, you're my number one.
Dino Road 1 Production.
Love night and day, baby girl, you're my number one. You're my number one, baby girl, you're my number one.
New exclusive. Exclusive.
I've been meditating, doing shadow work. This is hating haters, mad that I made it. What is your form of mating? I don't got $1 billion, I don't got $1 billion hoes, big houses, or the cars. Guess you jealous of my soul. I'm a man to the carry down. Government telling lies, got us drinking, flowing by. Chemtrails in the sky, digging bowls in the pool. What the fuck you gonna do? Go against the government. Yeah, I'm breaking all the
Clear over here.
all the tools I'm loading up. Like these motherfuckers up. Take down the enemy, throw their bodies in the dump. Y'all will never finish us. Too many rebels, bruh. Y'all better level up. Blow it up your area. Now these haters scared of us. Don't need the government to trust. Throw the weed in the dust. Shoot the cops in the dust. Leave haters in the dust. On another mission, bruh. About to have to give the trust. Give the money back to us. Destroy all our enemies. Raid the facilities. Time focus, fuck the seeds. Fuck schools and degrees. I learned more as a dropout, bitch. Haters wanna talk shit. This a roundhouse kick. House a crisp in the blick. Blast everybody quick. Fuck the government in Israel. Them bitches ain't shit. They forget about the gangsters. Kill them cause I'm anxious. Corporations burn down cause I am dangerous. Rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky.
You know we gotta play it again. It's the new one. This is the new exclusive. Play it one more time to get to the news.
Let up. I've been meditating, doing shadow work. This is hating haters, mad that I made it. What is your form of mating? I don't got $1 billion, I don't got $1 billion hoes, big houses, or the cars. Guess you jealous of my soul. I'm a man to the carry down. Government telling lies, got us drinking, flowing by. Chemtrails in the sky, digging bowls in the pool. What the fuck you gonna do? Go against the government. Yeah, I'm breaking all the rules, all the tools I'm loading up. Like these motherfuckers up. Take down the enemy. Throw their bodies in the dump. Y'all will never finish us. Too many rebels, bruh. Y'all better level up. Blow it up your area. Now these haters scared of us. Don't need the government to trust. Throw the weed in the dust. Shoot the cops in the dust. Leave haters in the dust. On another mission, bruh. About to have to give the trust. Give the money back to us. Destroy all our enemies.
Chopper provide.
Facilities. Time focus, fuck the seeds. Fuck the schools and degrees. I learned more than the dropout, bitch. Haters wanna talk shit. Here's a roundhouse kick. I'm the crisp in the blick. Blast everybody quick. Fuck the government in this real. Them bitches ain't shit. They forget about the gangsters. Kill them cause I'm anxious. Corporations burn down cause I am dangerous. Rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die.
Yeah, it's that guitar.
I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky.
Yes, it's that guitar. It's that motherfucking guitar. All right, let's get to it. It's that guitar. Sipping on some Canard, playing the guitar, Vonta. Sipping some Canard, playing the guitar. Bars. Canard. I was sipping that Canard. Shouts out to everybody. Hope everybody having a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and a cool night. You already know what it is. We ain't gonna be here too long, but I do got to get this news out. I'm trying to find that paper. Wow, what shit going on? But shouts out to everybody. You already know how we started off. Our girl Amelia.
Hey, I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens,
Like this?
Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion. Haram! Haram! But I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
I'll get him, man.
Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, wankers. The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood? These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen, it's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav, posh, doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. You will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
That's right. Love, Amelia. Faisons les mots, Vonta. Faisons les mots. Alone Baziz. And Holodeck 3, baby. La Holodeck 3. Alone Baziz. La Holodeck 3. Sawed off wankers. Oh yeah, Fazul and more. Pour Pour toujours. Alors, Bazis. Pour toujours. Faisons les mots. La Holodeck 3. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Bonzo. A la Francis. I did that for you, baby. I did that for you, baby. I know we can't be here too long because I know you probably got a hold on, what time is it over there? Okay, it's 3. It's going on 3. It's going on 7. So I need to probably try to not speed run. I'm gonna go with the flow, but like I know you probably gotta eat in an hour and a half, and you probably gotta get some rest for the show. I guess we do an after party afterwards. I guess I'll be off tonight. I'll take tonight off. And we'll do off for 2 after. You know what I'm saying? Detroit After Dark for 2. Allons Bazis. Pour toujours. Faisons les mots. A la Francis. But let's get it. Oh yeah, hold on. La Holodeck 3. I mean, but since we did the UK, you know we in the UK and head over to Holodeck 3. A la Francis. Alone by I'm wild with it. But faisons les mots, Vanta. Faisons les mots. La Holodeck 3. We're in the UK with it. And this is a serious one. Vanta, I want you to be safe, but I know you are safe. You're over there in the countryside. So but whenever you go into the city and you're going to work, just be safe because this is going on in the UK, y'all.
Freaking migrants.
We're not just coming from France anymore. Now the small boats are coming in from Belgium too.
A harsh migrant invasion has begun. From more than 58 directions at once, boats headed for the shores of Britain. In a single Thursday, border forces allowed in over 389 illegals instead of deporting them to Africa. This became the beginning of the end. At 6:20 p.m., 1,000-strong stopped the boat's march, accused Starmer of importing tens of thousands of criminals. In less than 24 seconds, mounted units arrived to suppress the protest. A fierce attack has begun. 131 arrests have been made, 89 hospitalised. At a parliament session, the protesters were branded far-right extremists. This was a big mistake. 6:33 p.m. Waves of patriots called for the immediate dissolution of Parliament and the resignation of Keir Starmer. 6 elite police units were deployed. To the authorities warned, extremists face up to 4 years in prison for violence and racism. The crowd no longer cared. From 3 flanks, they began storming the shield lines.
No longer care. We don't give a fuck.
Suddenly, the White House stepped in. Donald Trump stated, "Now England is being stormed by thousands of illegals on boats." Then he hinted to journalists, "This is a critical point. Britain might deploy the army." In only 13 minutes...
Yeah, let's promote martial law, even though y'all the ones that's letting them in. So there's no military checking the radar of the waters, seeing any activity, nobody paying attention to this. They said 58 boats simultaneously at once. Man, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. That's invasion.
Amelia.
Just popping up on the motherfucking land. Like no one's stopping them. No one. Y'all let them in. Just like motherfuckers ain't over here. It's the same shit, different power. But the same shit going on over there, same shit going on over here. Some bullshit.
Unidentified individuals began storming storefronts. Looting was recorded in more than 187 stores. Analysts calculated £7.2 million in damages in 2 hours. Authorities announced the non-disclosure of the nationality and religion of the criminals. Furious crowds of patriots could no longer be stopped. At 8:49 p.m, the first clashes began in the countryside of Northern Ireland. Yore's armoured forces were deployed to prevent clashes at migrant hotels. Instantly, locals attacked the lines. More than 8 units were attacked with volleys of fire.
Right, exactly, Bonta. How many?
Arrived in 7 minutes. Immediately, Twitter footage gained 8.4 million views. Over the radio, it was heard. We are surrounded and under attack. Retreat from sectors 5, 8 and 13. Videos from the scene resembled the beginning of the war. After 4 hours, the streets resembled a battlefield. Police conducted raids in search of extremists. Opposition leader Farage stepped in. There is only one solution, deploying the Royal Navy to harshly suppress illegals on small boats. Then he announced mass deportation.
Wow, y'all should have been had motherfuckers doing that shit when the first invasion happened. Y'all should have motherfuckers patrolling the area, but nah. Nah, y'all want to do it? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all did this shit just to implement what the fuck y'all doing now. Bitch ass.
In response,
that's my past self talking.
Thousands supported the plan to deport more than 500,000 illegals to Africa. Bristol, London and Manchester became centres where citizens are tired of the new arrivals. And what about Starmer? The problem is not the illegals, but the system from the previous government, adding that mass deportations...
The problem is not illegals, it's the system from the previous government. That's no different from the Republicans saying, blame Obama. Or like blame the last president that did that shit. They still don't want to put no. Oh my fucking God, Starmer is a wanker. Say it with me, y'all. Starmer is a wanker. Starmer's a wanker. Thank you.
Will never happen. The events across Britain are not that. Now, more than 75% of citizens are openly hostile to Starmer, but over 1.2 million imported illegals depend on the government. The opposition openly states that the Prime Minister will ignore the so-called far-right racists for the sake of preserving the electoral base of the new arrivals. The catastrophic scenes in the towns did not stem from organised...
To accept the electoral base of the new arrivals. So like they're going to be the ones that's going to be voting. The citizens are out. Fuck the citizens, you're all left right paradigm extremists. Because no matter what fucking side of the field motherfucker all this, they would have said left right extremists or right extremists, left extremists. How about fuck the parliament and fuck Starmer and fuck the UK government and all the motherfuckers that let those motherfuckers come in. Y'all did this shit on purpose. It takes a whole fucking week to get a half basket of food. What the fuck? Locking up old ladies for Facebook posts. What the fuck? Y'all giving all the resources you're supposed to be giving to the UK people to these fucking migrants or immigrants. Motherfuckers that don't belong there. What's wrong with y'all country y'all coming from? Huh? And what makes you honestly think you just gonna just like come onto a person's country and just where you gonna go?
Yeah, to the hotel.
Woods, bitch, or you going straight to an office?
Or to a hotel.
58 boats over how many people? I forgot. I'm gonna say 300 to 1,000. But it's a lot of motherfuckers.
Anarchists or common thugs looking for chaos. Rather, that represented a total collapse of public trust driven by desperate local fathers who have reached their breaking point. Frontline riot squads were deployed with overwhelming force to crush the very citizens they are sworn to protect. Handcuffed by top-down directives to show zero tolerance for domestic dissent, those constables had no choice but to raise their batons against terrified parents.
It's our turn
Several
now.
whistleblowers from within the Home Office have confirmed an identical, deeply unsettling reality about the demographics of the crowd. Regular Britons took to the streets because they genuinely fear for the lives of their daughters in the wake of an unprecedented migration surge.
Exactly. They fear for their daughters and their sons. Because the sons are being attacked with knives and the girls are being fucking raped by these fucking immigrants. The fuck out of here, dog. Fuck Starmer.
Bureaucratic jargon. The message from the public was simple and heartbreaking. Our families are no longer safe walking in their own neighbourhoods. The data is terrifying. Over 1 million illegals flooded country. Military-age men from Africa and the Middle East, without passports and outside of police custody, now rule the streets. 3-star hotels are provided to them free of charge by the very taxpayers who protest against them. Starmer pretends not to see the problem, calling for tolerance and rejecting mass deportations. Consequently, communities across the nation watched law enforcement violently dismantle protests held by native taxpayers. Local residents were pushed back by shield walls, tear gas filled the air, and uniformed authorities aggressively cleared the area of concerned Britons. This country is no longer merely struggling with a border crisis. It is actively fighting its own population. Downing Street operates on a fatal misconception that suppressing legitimate domestic fear will magically guarantee social cohesion and hide the reality of rising crime. Reality on the ground has spectacularly shattered that theory, especially when looking toward the English Channel. Submitting to the demands of political correctness while ignoring the safety of young women does not purchase stability. On the contrary, while riot police tackled British dads to the pavement, Border Force vessels were simultaneously ferrying hundreds of unvetted men to the coast. Many of the individuals occupying newly requisitioned hotels stepped off dinghies at the exact moment domestic protests were being brutally silenced. Skyrocketing crime rates continue to climb precisely because border protests are deliberately ignored in favour of policing speech. Meanwhile, the blatant aggression of security forces toward locals trickles down directly from a Prime Minister terrified of confronting the actual crisis. Instead, the native population is being violently managed and locked away while the national infrastructure buckles. Border Force veterans have been sounding the alarm about this exact two-tier nightmare for the better part of a year. Such massive logistical strains and cultural clashes within local municipalities were entirely predictable when borders are left wide open. Smuggling networks mapped this out long ago.
You can't do it, Rose. Right.
Prioritises the comfort
exactly.
over the security of vulnerable residents.
Shout out to We Free.
Horrific footages simply validated every ignored warning about how the state treats its own people. Across dozens of coastal towns and inland cities, the identical pattern of state-sponsored betrayal replicated itself without resistance. Coordinated factions of riot police exploited their authority to silence dissent rather than secure the borders. Demands for basic safety morphed into aggressive street clashes because the government utterly refused to listen. Groups of undocumented arrivals moved with confidence into free housing, while the men who built the community were locked in holding cells for speaking out. During the few minutes of your time watching this report, there is an 85% probability that another young woman was sexually assaulted on a British street.
85%!
Statistics absolutely confirm this horrifying reality. Officially recording over 200,000 rapes annually across the nation. Consequently, the country now proudly wears the grim title of the rape capital of Europe. Opposition, however, argue the true scale is far more catastrophic, estimating upwards of 900,000 incidents per year. Such a staggering discrepancy exists because the vast majority of victims simply see no point in reporting the trauma to authorities. Under current British law, attempting to arm yourself for basic survival guarantees severe punishment. If a terrified citizen...
Arming yourself, you get severe punishment. Ain't that a bitch? Fuck that, Vonta. Keep your sniper with you. Keep a little 2.5 with the mini suppressor on it. You know what I'm saying? Sawed off wankers. Pop. They start blasting.
Dares to purchase a defensive weapon, the state will aggressively throw them in prison rather than the lunatic wielding a metre-long blade. Wow. Farage has repeatedly pleaded for changes, urging Parliament to at least legalise pepper spray for girls walking home alone in the dark. Unsurprisingly, the government flatly refuses to make any concessions regarding personal protection tools. Instead, bureaucrats offer a pathetic list of preventative measures to vulnerable citizens. Official guidance simply tells women to avoid dangerous areas, travel exclusively in groups, and dial emergency services if a threat appears.
Right.
Unfortunately, by the time those preventative measures fail, over half of the victims are already in a position where calling for help is entirely useless. Whistleblowers from within local precincts are quietly hinting at a much darker truth. Frontline officers are reportedly terrified to dispatch into specific neighbourhoods where gangs actively roam with zombie knives and heavy machetes. Veterans of the force openly admit that just 15 years ago, a machete attack in these districts was completely unheard of.
I gotta make a YouTube show with you with a magic crossbow,
are casually logged into police databases on a daily basis. Every night, predators stalk the pavements, knowing their targets are legally disarmed by the state. Lawmakers sitting in secure offices continue to prioritise the rights of violent offenders over the safety of innocent daughters. Critics warn, defending yourself in Starmer's Britain has effectively been criminalised. No rational society actively prevents its most vulnerable members from repelling a violent assault. Yet, Whitehall remains stubbornly committed to a legislative framework that protects the attacker. Citizens are expected to simply absorb the violence and hope a squad car arrives in time. Meanwhile, water emergency response times continue to plummet as stations become overwhelmed by the sheer volume of violent crime. Communities feel entirely abandoned by the very institutions funded to protect them. Women are forced to map out their evening commutes like soldiers navigating a hostile war zone. Shadowy alleyways and unlit public parks have essentially become no-go zones for anyone without a police escort. Denying residents the right to carry a simple non-lethal deterrent is a profound failure of basic governmental duty. Politicians surrounded by armed security details seem entirely disconnected from the raw terror experienced on the ground. Any suggestion to amend self-defense legislation is immediately shouted down by activists who prioritize criminal rehabilitation over victim prevention. This absurd dynamic creates a hunting ground where criminals hold all the structural advantages. Years of soft justice have cultivated an environment where carrying a terrifying weapon is a minor offence, but deploying pepper spray is a serious felony. Public outrage is steadily building as the horrific statistics continue to break new records each quarter. Families are rightfully demanding to know why their taxes fund a legal system that punishes self-preservation. Moreover, whenever citizens attempted to voice their dread regarding the rising tide of machete incidents and targeted street harassment, they were quickly boxed in by hostile state forces. None of this resembles organic justice or democratic policing. Observers are witnessing the weaponisation of an asylum pipeline that dumps nearly 1,000 unknown individuals onto British shores every 24 hours, completely uninterrupted by the domestic chaos. Over £6 million on migrants per day. Up to 1,000 illegals on small boats storm the shores of Britain daily. Politicians are fully aware of the math as the boats continue to dock day after day.
Everywhere.
Home Office hard drives are overflowing with the true crime statistics regarding offences against women and local shopkeepers. Yet under Keir Starmer's leadership, acknowledging these facts warrants an immediate police crackdown and severe legal consequences. Historically, this island maintained order by protecting its people and upholding the rule of law equally. Today, it surrenders its borders while effectively declaring war on its own frightened citizens. The dystopian reality of modern Britain extends far beyond the physical streets and directly into digital life. Today, a terrified mother who dares to radically speak out on Twitter against machete-wielding illegals faces the horrifying prospect of up to 3 years.
3 years in prison.
Years behind bars. Typing a frustrated and so-called racist and anti-tolerant social media post about the destruction of her neighbourhood is now treated with more severity than some violent street crime. Keir Starmer stands at the podium, proudly championing the Online Safety Act as a monumental achievement for public welfare. He spins this online limits framework as changes to protect vulnerable children from internet harm. Farage claims that in reality, this legislation operates as a state-sanctioned weapon to ruthlessly silence any domestic opposition to his catastrophic border policies. The political establishment has effectively criminalised the very act of noticing the absolute collapse of national security. A concerned parent expressing genuine fear for her family's safety is instantly reclassified by the government as a dangerous radical spreading hate speech. Meanwhile, the undocumented men actually terrorising her community with deadly weapons are shielded by anonymous crime reports and lenient justice. This aggressive crackdown on digital dissent has not gone unnoticed by the international community. Conservative opposition leaders domestically are screaming from the rooftops that this is the definitive end of basic civil liberties. Across the Atlantic, prominent politicians in the United States are watching the United Kingdom's descent into authoritarianism with absolute disgust. Even Elon Musk is openly describing Starmer's digital policing tactics as the undeniable hallmarks of modern dictatorship.
Right, fucking complaining
they
about
recognise that a government willing to imprison mothers for angry tweets has completely abandoned the foundational principles of a free society. The suppression of free speech in Britain is no longer a slippery slope. It is an established, terrifying reality. Algorithms and police units now work hand in hand to scrub the internet of any narrative that contradicts the official Whitehall agenda. It is infinitely easier for the state to arrest a law-abiding taxpayer for a keyboard offence than to confront an armed criminal in a dark alley. Administration is desperate to maintain the illusion of community cohesion, even if it requires locking up the citizens pointing out the fires. Every single online comment criticising some minority groups is now a potential trigger for a terrifying early morning police raid. British citizens are being forced into a chilling self-censorship, terrified that a digital footprint will cost them their livelihood and their freedom. Analytics say the Online Safety Act is nothing more than a Trojan horse designed to permanently muzzle the working class. While the Prime Minister smiles for the cameras and talks about digital safety, the very fabric of democratic expression is being systematically shredded. The glaring hypocrisy is entirely unmistakable to anyone paying attention. Extremist networks use encrypted apps to coordinate actual violent riots.
Yup. Shit, wild. I know you safe over there in the UK, but I'm going to still say it, Vonta. Be safe. It's dangerous in those cities. Stay where you at. I'll be over there soon. You know it. You already know. A la Francaise. Allons, vas-y. Toujours et pour toujours. You already know what it is. Fazul les morts. Kapla. Shouts out to my goddess. Right, bring on the alien invasion already. Jesus. Ready for this Project Bluebeam shit to pop off. You already know what it is. Now, for a palate cleanser because that was devastating. I was watching that shit and like, all I thought about was you, Vonta. I was like, man, she's over there. But she in the countryside, so she good. But still, though, she over there. Had to snipe somebody running through an open field real quick, Vonta. Pop! Who's that running through our field? We're trying to, pull up the wine, the wine spot. I'm going to call it Vonta's Vineyards. It's going to be awesome. You got some wine in this motherfucker. Coffee shop and a wine shop. I got dreams too. But anyway, for a palate cleanser, we're going to talk about the Joker real quick. Lots of love, French down. You already know. A la Francaise, baby. A la Francaise. Monte Moi. Monte Moi. You already know what it is. But yeah, this palate cleanser is about the Joker. I bet you wonder, like, Joker? Yeah, palate cleanser. Talk about the Joker. Everybody think he's just a motherfucker about chaos. But I already knew. He's a master fucking planner. Here's why Joker was so cold to me. I already thought Joker was motherfucking funny, hilarious, but he had an intelligence side. And like when I saw back in the day was like when Joker was doing some planning, Harley Quinn got on the table, because she wanted to fuck. She was like, you want to ride your Harley? I'm like, did they let this shit go on television? But anyway, she like, you want to ride your Harley? And this nigga just mushed her ass off the table. Now, that is domestic violence. We all know that. It was funny then because like, we was a kid, but looking at it now, I'm like, man, she wanted some dick. You should have gave it to her on the table next to your planning, Joker. You wrong for that. That's why she left your ass and started her own group and fucked you up, Joker. Harley Quinn started her own shit, if y'all didn't know or not. And she took like half of the Joker game that fucked with Harley. And she became a good guy, started working with Batman and shit. It was good. Like that's called character development. Leaving an abusive boyfriend. Going your own way, starting your own clique. You know what I'm saying? And joining the motherfucking Justice League. In the Injustice 2, Harley Quinn was a key component in that bitch. Cause she got a PhD. I might play Injustice 2 later. Harley. And she looked good in Injustice 2. I love that mother. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the face or the bedroom eyes, but she goddamn Harley. You know it, baby. I'm the After Dark Knight. Give it to you. But I want to talk about and the other one was this. This one I knew the Joker was smart as shit. Joker kidnapped Robin. Now, this is in the Batman Beyond movie, Return of the Joker. This when Joker comes back. Because during the whole Batman Beyond series, you ain't see the Joker at all. All these was new villains, because they had to go new villains. And a couple people came back, like Freeze came back. Bane was an old nigga on life support. But like it was majority its own new villains. And I think my favorite villain was Spellbinder. I like the Spellbinder, and I like the ink fine ass. She just turned the ink, and her motherfucking weakness was water. But Joker kidnapped Robin, right? Like during the last moments of the Batman series, like this happened. So kidnaps Robin and tortures him. Batman and Batgirl make it to the area and confront him and try to stop him. Now, Joker is a fucking clown. He's sitting behind a fucking movie projector screen playing the shit for Batman the whole torture. Now, he whoops Joker ass. Harley Quinn falls off the building. She supposedly died. I think she died. I thought she died. But like you don't see it to the end. Spoiler alert. But I thought she died because like she was fighting Batgirl. And they fought to like a cliff area or somewhere, and like she fell in the darkness. I'm like, oh shit. But when it gets to Batman fighting the Joker, man, when Batman saw what Joker was doing to Robin on the film footage, man, and Joker's still sitting in the room laughing. It was like, it's sad if it wasn't so funny. Fuck it, I'll laugh anyway. Batman burst through that window, gave him the Batman bitch slap, beat the shit off the Joker. And then, he turned motherfucking Robin into like like a Joker. You like a baby Joker. Harley was like, honey, get mommy's bazooka type shit, right? So when it was time for Batman to almost die, and he tell Robin to point the gun at her, but like Robin is like the Joker and shit, he started laughing and shit, and he used all his willpower and aimed the gun at Joker and kill him. Killed the Joker right then and there. Now, I bet you wonder, like, when is the part that Joker is smart? I'm gonna get to it. Now, years later, this is Batman Beyond, Batman O. This is Terry McGinnis now. Shout out to Armchair Revolutionary. He hates Terry McGinnis. So we had Terry McGinnis Batman now, right? So the Joker is back. He comes back. Damn near kills Bruce with the laughing gas. Damn near kill him. His willpower kept him alive for Terry to show up and give him the antidote. Now, when they find out who it is, because like there's no possible fucking way that he can come back. Coming to find out, this motherfucking Joker, during the time of him torturing Robin back in the day, he put a motherfucking chip inside of him. Consciousness transfer. How in the fuck you pull off consciousness transfer as a failsafe for it to activate like 40, 50 years later? Man. And it was that right there. And by Robin being so smart, he was always working every time Terry showed up to motherfucking ask questions and shit. He was building a fucking satellite with a laser on it. Dog, Joker was clowning. So like when Terry finally confronts Batman, it's like, yo, bro, all leads leading back to Robin. You know, at first motherfucker Bruce didn't want to believe it. Was like, yo, fuck it. Go check it out. Terry went to go check that shit out, and that nigga motherfucking Robin flipped it to the Joker. And they got into an epic fight, and Terry broke Joker. You know? It was like, your problem is you wanted to make the old man laugh. Problem is, nigga, he don't got a funny bone in this fucking body. But you pathetic, Joker. It was like, I laughed, it wasn't so pathetic. It was like, man, yo. But yeah. Let's get off to it now. Now, this is the breakdown credentials on how smart the Joker is. There's only 2 minutes. Let's go.
Sense, but I love it. And when I say this character, I don't just mean the Joker. I mean any villain where they're portrayed as being crazy, but also they have a massive organization that runs with perfect military precision, where there are so many employees and suppliers and money and assets that memos would have to go around. Because obviously, in order to get a giant headquarters shaped like a clown, somewhere you need a whole bunch of people in cubicles with spreadsheets. Even in The Dark Knight, where the whole deal with that Joker is, well, he just wants to watch the world burn. You know, this is a guy who believes that all of modern society is just a bunch of nonsense rules and hypocrisy. But then he will execute a plan in which every single person in his organization had to work with clockwork precision. I mean, he has this stuff timed down to the second. If a single henchman had been late to work that day or had come to work drunk, it doesn't happen. And not only that, but within his organization and with the organizations he works with, he needs morality. What if his suppliers had lied to him and sold him defective explosives or weapons or vehicles? What if this guy lied on his resume and couldn't actually do the driving that he needed done? Or what if he took the stuff that had been issued to him and just sold it on the black market for drugs? In order for the Joker to pull off the operations you see him do in the movies and the video games and the comics, he would have to have less tolerance for rule breaking among his employees than they have at Waffle House. In other iterations, his henchmen all dress the same, so they've got a dress code, which means this has to have been written down somewhere that at some point somebody got sent home to go change clothes. And all of the dozens of henchmen who work for him would have to have specific schedules and shifts and rotations. I don't mean any of this as a criticism of the creators. I think that's what makes the character hilarious. His whole deal is chaos and throwing off the meaningless rules of society, but behind closed doors, he's just recreating society brick by brick. Because if any of his minions broke his rules and said, well, I just want to watch the world burn, the Joker would have to sit them down and give them the speech like, no, I get to make the world burn. You have to carefully follow every single rule I give you. And I was supposed to have your spreadsheet yesterday, breaking down the cost of the repairs to the clown head. The budget meeting is on Monday, and we've got to start taking bids from contractors next month. I can't go out and be an agent of chaos without those spreadsheets. This character makes no sense, but I love it. And when I say,
and here's what makes that shit so funny and true. The one that's handling that paperwork, the one that's doing the psychological evaluations on everybody that works for Joker is Harley. Harley is holding that shit down. This is why when Harley left, most motherfuckers went with her and left Joker stinking with like a small little crew, but Joker's still a one-man army by his goddamn self, but he still need those spreadsheets done. Joker killing his own man for no reason. Organized crime is smarter than the government. You goddamn right. That's why the mafia had the government in their fucking pocket. Then they come out with some shit called RICO. Like, after they locked up most of the big figures, it was like, all right, fuck it, let's come up with some RICO. That's like, yeah. Nah, RICO has spread it to the hood. It's supposed to be for the mafia. I thought it was just for them. Yo, ain't no such thing as the mafia, nigga. You can't say the mafia. Nope. Y'all bought up the Gambino family during that motherfucking NBA gambling shit. The Gambino family. And we got this motherfucker Michael Franzese. He just got videos of him just talking about the old mob life. I'm like, why nobody whacked him? I understand you survived the game, but you're supposed to got whacked. They got this show called Mob Wives, the wives of mafia niggas, with their own reality show. Nope. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this, but women do shit like that. That's a form of snitching, and you would get whacked. They wanted to whack Tony Soprano for going to therapy. I think a motherfucker need therapy if you a boss of the mob. Like, goddamn, the shit you got to deal with. But you know what they say? They's like, nigga, what the fuck are you telling that therapist? They motherfucker wanted to beat the shit out of Christopher Moltisanti for trying to make a motherfucking movie about the mob life. Like, yo, nigga, you can't do that shit. The Godfather movie got approval from the mob. And Sopranos. It's like, what? And they telling me the mafia doesn't exist. Kiss my ass. There's mafia lawyers out there. I know. But anyway, now let's get to the other news with this Trump shit. Then we're gonna get up out of here. Oh, 6, 7. Yep, 737. Yep, cool.
Deploys more U.S. teenagers into the Middle East for war with Iran, and as gas prices soar through the roof, this is Trump today playing golf at his resort with his billionaire friends. He doesn't care about you, your wallet, or our troops. He only cares about himself.
So it turns out that internally, the Trump administration and the U.S. military is only able to explain why they're doing what they're doing in Iran using religious psychosis. Jolly gosh, I wish I was joking. A US military watchdog for quote-unquote religious freedom has allegedly received a slew of widespread reports about commanders talking about how Trump was anointed by Jesus to bring Armageddon to Iran so that Jesus can come back. Or launched a preemptive strike on Iran, setting off a regional conflict that has so far taken the lives of over 1,000 civilians and 6 US service members. The Secretary of State quite literally admitted that they were forced into doing so by Israel. The only way they are able to justify it to the American troops who are expected to fight and lose their lives for this farce of a conflict is saying that Trump was anointed by Christ to go to war with Iran. Our commanders are repeatedly referring to the Bible's book of Revelations and to Armageddon and to God's divine plan to justify why they're doing what they're doing. Brother, are we dead ass right now? The United States will say with its full chest that Iran is an authoritarian theocracy that can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. And this will be the United States. I guess I'm happy to see that there are at least complaints about the Warhammer 40K-ification of the US military. Like, clearly there's a divide here. I would be more concerned if there were no complaints about this. I'm complaining about Iranian theocracy, but you and your goons have lost the plot so badly that the only way for your foreign policy and your foreign war to make sense to your own army is to convert them to Christian fascism. The only way for this war to make sense from a foreign policy perspective is for you to join our cult. Yes, this is what happens when the guy you put in charge of the Pentagon only gets his job because he cosplays as a 1950s sitcom dad and said nice things about you in a book that he wrote a few years ago. What is this? It's my opinion, followed for more.
Let's get over to it.
Is that Donald Trump has deployed 3 warships and 2,300 Marines.
So it was written.
This is a massive
so shall it be done
move. Because guess what? This is exactly what happened in the Middle East 20 years ago. We claimed a threat of weapons of mass destruction that we need to launch a preemptive attack on, but then it turned into
and shouts out to the JVJ Network. He fought in that war. You know what I'm saying? We're going over there for weapons of mass destruction. Nothing over there. Over there for 20 fucking years. That's why they call it the forever war, because every time we turn on the news cycle, we over there. Year after year, year after year. They got it, but we ain't find shit. But and then lost the war. Don't nobody want to motherfucking admit that. Just like lost Vietnam also, but nobody want to admit that. But lost the war and left our guns over there. They wonder why motherfuckers is armed. Yeah, because they went to the places where you left the shit at and got armed up. Or you left that on purpose for motherfuckers to get it. So you can be like, yeah, those motherfuckers are terrorists. No, bitch, those are your weapons. The serial number on it, and we got the receipt. Yeah, but salute the JVJ Network. You already know what it is. Yep, if it's in a book, it's got to be true. They talk about Book of Revelation. Jesus anointed Trump to start Armageddon. Where the fuck is that at in the Revelation? Because I read it. First 10 chapters, nigga got destroying shit. With motherfucking breaking seals and pouring vials and shit. That shit wild, son. And then it was Gog and Magog. They want to go back to the visions of Daniel and Ezekiel and shit. Like, what? Like, where the fuck is Trump at in the Book of Revelation? It's the Gog and Magog. Let me tell you something. They consider us Gentiles, okay? Israel's Gentile allies. You know what they think of us? You know, like we supposed to be slaves to them forever. Forever. Like, shit, what? Fake religious crazy shit. Let's go.
The ground. The next thing we know, over a million people died, and we were there for 20 years. This is coming after. Donald Trump, not even 2 days ago, was saying that we're basically ready to pull out, and we've already won, but now we're going boots on the ground again. So that's definitely an escalation.
Yeah, talk about, he called out what Trump said. Yeah, we pulling out, we already won, and now we got boots on the ground. The fuck out of here.
contradictory to things that we've heard in the Trump like coming to an end. And also, guess what? Something else I wanted to go over is Donald Trump is trying to convince you that high gas prices are a good thing. And honestly, I don't blame him for trying to convince you that high gas prices are a good thing.
They're literally, you walk over from Iran to Qatar. You can walk in 1 second. You go boom, boom, and now you're in Qatar.
This is Iran. This is Qatar. This is the Persian Gulf, which is 119 miles across. It's 160 feet deep. You can't walk across it. And that was the moron who's taking our troops to war.
She would get us into World War III because she is too grossly incompetent to do the job, and then all of your sons and daughters will end up getting a draft notice, a thing called a draft. Dad, what's this? Oh, congratulations, you've been drafted into the military. You're going to fight a war against a country that nobody's ever heard of.
Carol, I want to get your take about this idea of troops on the ground. Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be. And President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success.
Commander-in-chief. Okay. Okay.
Success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table. But as commander-in-chief, there's no greater priority or responsibility to this.
Commander-in-chief.
Then, of course, protecting the American people and protecting our troops and our bases in the Middle East, which Iran has been threatening for 47 years. They have.
Imagine you're someone who signed up to be a part of the U.S. military after Trump was elected because he ran on no new wars. So you think, oh, I can just sign up for the military. It's going to be pretty easy. I can do my few years, get all the benefits. There's not going to be any new wars because that's what he ran on. He ran on ending all of the madness. He wasn't going to start anything. No regime change wars. Imagine. And now you're about to go boots on the ground
you won't believe how
in
beautiful,
Iran.
But believe me,
You have no idea how difficult this
Why do I see you or hear you doing a Trump impression? It's the greatest book, such a beautiful book. You won't believe how beautiful the book is. Believe me, it's beautiful. I must not be high though, but me and you are here, Vonta. Yes, I knew it, Vonta. Vonta. Tell me how I know. For Zoom les morts. Even the phone agrees. Toujours et pas toujours. Alon Bazis. Alain Francis. Kapla. Yeah. Now, you pictured him saying it, but I pictured you saying it because I know you thought it. It was crazy. It's crazy. We so in sync with it.
Rain is going to be. This is going to be Vietnam on steroids. Yep. They have been gearing up for over 30 years for an invasion. They've been waiting for someone stupid enough to invade this mountainous, rocky country. And they found their guy stupid enough to send troops. But I also imagine if you signed up after he was elected, that you are a Trump supporter. If you were duped into thinking he was actually against war and not for absolute tyranny on the world, then thoughts and tariffs to you as you go there vertically and come back horizontally.
Take it from an army brat when I say there is no such thing as returning from. Both of my parents are 100% permanently disabled veterans. You know, my mom got out sooner than my dad did, but ended up with the same result. You know, a lifetime of disability. Some of our sponsors, they come back animated, intact. But most of them, they're broken. Their hearts, their minds, their spirits.
It is, Voss, I know.
Crippled. Because that's what conflict does to humans. And there is no amount of money, no amount of pension they can pay these veterans, no amount of care they can offer through the VA health system to fix the things they break when they send other people's people to wars they insist we wage, because they will not send their own. They will not send their sons and daughters, their nieces and nephews, their mothers and fathers, their brothers and their sisters. They don't. They send ours. The poor, the marginalized, the disenfranchised, who are enlisting in hopes that they can build a foundation upon which their children and grandchildren can continue to build on top of, because this country gives them no other choice. And this time, on the words of a draft dodger, a man who could not be bothered to serve his country when it called for him. No, that's only for us, right? I just watched them snap a Marine's arm in half. Yeah, because he dared to stand up and say, we do not want to send our sons and daughters into this unnecessary conflict. They snapped his arm in half in the jam of a door, because they would rather take him out of that hall in pieces than let him speak. I watched my father leave, come back, leave, come back, leave, come back. Intact each time, but a little different. Until one day he was completely unrecognizable. And I do not blame him for some of this, some of what he has to carry, because it is men like this, men like Trump, men like Hegseth, who sent him into conflict and broke him. And he cannot be a good father to his children. He cannot be a present grandfather to my sons or my nephews. And no one talks about us. No one thinks about us, the families that are destroyed.
Like, pray for the truth.
Because
if only they knew they work for bankers, not freedom.
Imagine
right.
a world in which we don't reign supreme. We do not exercise unchecked dominion. The same words that were being preached in pulpits throughout my childhood. Every time men like these wanted to send my people into conflicts for other similarly bloodthirsty nations, quoting at me Revelation and Daniel and the like, because they do not serve a God of love, a God of peace. They serve a God of war, a God of violence. Hell, the violence itself is proof that God exists. It is his primary way that he makes himself known in the midst of his people, strikes awe in the hearts of his enemies.
Bullshit.
This is not a distraction. This is what they've always wanted.
Oh, shit.
They've been brainwashing people in pulpits, on TV screens for
More
decades.
Profit and peace.
Because this is what they wanted. I got a call because I still have to go to work, But this is what they wanted. To pull Armageddon down from heaven onto earth. Because they believe themselves to be anointed as kings and priests of this earth.
Yep. Gold, oil, and
Hell
a dollar.
Will never.
I say gold, oil, and drugs.
What really gets to me is that America is sending their sons and daughters out to fight and possibly be killed. Yet Benjamin Netanyahu's son is sunning himself on a beach in Miami, and Baron Trump is hiding under a rock somewhere. So neither of these two men that are willing to start World War III are willing to send their own sons. Yet Americans are expected to send their sons and daughters to a war that does not need to happen. They're not defending America. They're helping Israel to create greater Israel. Donald Trump is not making sense anymore. Nothing he says or does makes sense, and he's just distracting away from the files. We should be looking at that, but instead, he's metering down all of these bombs on innocent civilians, on schools, on hospitals. And he's sending their kids, the American kids, out to die. And yet you send them. You send them to die. Make it make sense.
Disturbing news about Donald Trump's war with Iran. All signs point to the U.S. deploying troops to Iranian soil, putting boots on the ground sooner rather than later. A U.S. senator just got out of a briefing on the war and told reporters that it looks very likely troops will be deployed soon. Take a look at what he had to say.
I emerged from this briefing as dissatisfied and angry, frankly, as I have from any past briefing in my 15 years in the Senate. I am left with more questions than answers, especially about the cost of the war. My questions.
And then what do you know? We had an opiate epidemic for a minute, didn't we?
I will demand answers because the American people deserve to know. And I guess I am most concerned about the threat to American lives of potentially deploying our sons and daughters on the ground in Iran. We seem to be on a path toward deploying American troops on the ground in Iran to accomplish any of the potential objectives here. And there is also, as disturbingly as anything else, the specter of active Russian aid to Iran, putting in danger American lives. Literally, Russia seems to be aiding our enemy, actively and intensively, with intelligence and perhaps with other means. And China also may be assisting Iran. So
had to throw Russia and China in, huh?
Much more than this administration has told them about the cost of the war, the danger to our sons and daughters in uniform, and the potential for further escalation and widening of this war, a war of choice.
It's painfully obvious that this is going to drag on into a longer and more deadly war. Donald Trump is completely backed into a corner here. There are no clear objectives for this war. Anything that he said was the goal has not been accomplished, whether it's changing the Iranian regime. That didn't happen. We haven't taken their oil. And if we're trying to get rid of their nuke supplies, well, we already destroyed them last summer, apparently, but now we need to send in special forces to take their enriched uranium, apparently. So it's a complete disaster, and a lot of people will lose their lives, and a lot of tax dollars will be spent on this as well.
Does anybody else find it just a little disturbing at how happy and how excited the Christian conservatives are that we are in a war with Iran? I have never seen so many people so happy that we are dropping bombs on another nation.
And killing kids.
To be clear, I am not in favor of an Islamic state, nor am I a fan of the Iranian government. But I'm also not a fan of sending our young men and our young women off to another war in the Middle East to die for a bunch of rich billionaires. I saw Senator Lindsey Graham on Fox News, and he was just so elated with the fact that we're bombing Iran and we're going to be going in and taking out Cuba next. And he is so happy. And he made some comment about Trump being the greatest president ever, and we're going throughout the world and we're taking out all of the bad guys. I don't know if anybody has informed Lindsey Graham, but the bad guys are in the administration. The bad guys are the president. You know, the ones who are covering up for pedophiles, the ones who are in the Jeffrey Epstein files. These are the bad guys. He's trying to convince everybody that we're taking out all of the bad guys. Now, the people in Iran, the government of Iran, that might be true. They are the bad guys. But we shouldn't be involved in nation building. We can't even take care of our people here at home. We can't bring down the cost of living for the American citizens. We can't lower healthcare costs. We can't lower education costs. We can't lower grocery prices, rent, or housing prices. It's absolutely insane, but we have billions and billions of dollars to go drop bombs on another country, another war in the Middle East. How much longer do we have to continue to try to push democracy onto these other countries at the end of a gun? It's ridiculous that we continuously do these things. But now everybody's excited because this is a religious war. They're going to bring back Jesus. They're going to bring on Armageddon. You see how ridiculous that sounds? So here's a question for you then. If after you guys go in there and you bomb Iran, and this is all said and done, and Jesus doesn't return, will you fuckers just go away? Just go away. But here we are. in the year 2026 fighting a religious war for people's superstitious beliefs and their superstitious religious text and their superstitious gods. But yeah, we're civilized, right? We're supposed to be a civilized society, but yet we're still fighting religious wars over a God that cannot even be proven that exists.
Thank you, Vontae.
But yet they'll take us to war. They will kill innocent people, drop bombs indiscriminately, and yet the religious people will cheer it on. Even though they're the ones that are supposed to be peaceful. They're the ones that are supposed to be all about taking care of the sick, taking care of the tired, the homeless, the elderly, the widows. But yet, with their actions, they are making people sick. They are making people widows. They are killing and bombing children in the name of God, and the religious right are cheering it on. You people are the most hypocritical, disgusting, and vile people on the face of the planet. Religion is a scourge, always has been, always will be, and it just keeps dragging us back to the dark ages. We are supposed to be advancing as a species, as a people. But as long as these religious zealots keep getting control and keep getting power of our leaders and our military, there will never be peace, because there is no love like the love of the religious fanatics. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Grim with Get the Rant, and I'll see you all in the next video. And hopefully this thing will start de-escalating soon, but it doesn't look that way.
You already know what it is. Fuck the Government Podcast. You already know. And much love to my God is Vontae. You already know what it is. Shouts out to We Free. And shouts out to Live and Learn. Shout out to Eyes Wide Shut. And shout out to everybody that's going to watch this on the playback. So Fuck the Government Podcast. Ooh, yep. It's 7:50 over there going on 8. Know you about to make you something. You know, you let me know if you want to chill after this live, or we can chill after your live, however the game go. As long as we chill. But, you know, that's the Fuck the Government Podcast. Shout out to my UK correspondent over there in the UK, Vontae. You know, be safe over there. It's crazy over there. It's crazy everywhere. You know, and I think they're going to try to push this religious law to the point where they activate Project Bluebeam and everybody see Jesus in the sky while they're on the battlefield and shit. Like, oh my God, it's the Christ. They'll have the voice of God, weapons, beaming voices in the head like, yes, bow down to your new Lord. Stop this endless war. And all this bullshit. Everybody need to come together. New world order. New world order. New world order. You're going to hear Henry Kissinger. God is going to be in the voice of Henry Kissinger. It's going to be funny as fuck. I'm like, and niggas gonna believe that shit. So Henry Kissinger is the new God. It's gonna be George Soros in that bitch. New world order. Shout out to In the Groove. Yeah, we made it to the end, and I hope everybody had a cool day. We're gonna play my new track one time, and we're gonna get up out of here. This from the new album. I don't got a name for it yet, but we're gonna play this. Then we're gonna get up out of here. You know, maybe Vontae got to eat. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I got to make something. It's the afternoon. I ain't eat nothing all day. But and plus, I got some music to work on also. And who knows? Oh yeah, I forgot today is Saturday. I don't know when Low Key go live. He might go live tonight. So like, if it ain't in the afternoon, which is like almost late in the afternoon, he might go live tonight. So probably around 8-ish, 9-ish. I'm gonna say probably between 7 and 10. I'm gonna give him between 7 and 10. Like, he might go live between those times. Because everybody gotta come through. I guess everybody you know, be working, life be lifing. So like everybody gotta, like really, like have some free time. But yep, got a live later on the Low Key channel, and I don't know like what the topic gonna be. I don't know if Low Key like wrote down some topics, but we're gonna talk about something. I know there's a lot of shit going on in this world with this war, Got Epstein, Trump, celebrities ain't really popping. They, like they obsolete. They want that Corey Holcomb to be a distraction, but it is though. It is for niggas, but like not for me. I got to keep my eye on what's really going on. I keep my eye on this war here. I'm keeping my eye on the chain reactions that happen in Russia, China, Ukraine, Australia, Canada. I'm trying to keep my eyes open everywhere. But this the Fuck the Government podcast. Let's play this new song and we're gonna get up out of here. It's called Rebel. It's an interlude.
Let go. I've been meditating through a shot of work. This is haters mad that a baby. What is your form of mating? I don't got $1 billion. I don't got $1 billion hoes. Big houses or the cars. Guess you jealous of my soul. I don't have to the paradigm. Government be telling lies. Got the strictly flowing by. Chemtrails in the sky. Jigging bowls in the pool. What the fuck you gonna do? Go against the government. Yeah, I'm breaking all the rules. All the tools I'm loading up. Like these motherfuckers up. Take down the enemy. Throw their bodies in the dump. Y'all will never finish us. Too many rebels, bruh. Y'all better level up. Blow it up your area. Now these haters scared of us. Don't need the government to trust. Roll the weed in the dust. Shoot the cops in the dust. Leave haters in the dust. On another mission, bruh. About to hack the trust. Give the money back to us. Destroy all our enemies. Raid the facilities. Time focus, fuck the seas. Fuck the schools and the priests. I learned more, that's a dropout, bitch. Haters wanna talk shit. It's a roundhouse kick. Pop a clip in the blick. Blast everybody quick. Fuck the government in Israel. Them bitches ain't shit. They forget about the gangsters. Kill them cause I'm anxious. Corporations burn down cause I am dangerous. Rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die. Put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky.
Man, that guitar cold. Yeah. Everybody beg yourself to eat. Yep, then work on some music. Yeah, I guess we'll probably do the Detroit After Dark for 2 after Yo Live. You feel me? I'll take tonight off. You already know. And plus I can grab some clips for Sunday. But yeah. Because I already kind of like sent you a comment, but like I know like it's around that time you about to make you something to eat. Because it's 4 o'clock over here. You already know. But yeah, glad you back, baby, and I can't wait till the premiere. I'm gonna go over there and accept the red carpet some more. Leave a couple comments over there in the line, like, yeah, hey, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just rolling out the red carpet, cleaning the room, lighting the candles, lighting up the frankincense, because we ain't got no frankincense. Yeah, it's grub time, baby. So yeah, so we're gonna have a Detroit After 2 after Yo Live. And faisons les morts. La Holodeck 3, baby. Toujours et pour toujours. Jamais. Alone Beziz. And finally, Kapla. All right. This is your man, Sir K. Much love to my goddess. Bye to my UK correspondent. You already know what it is. And we're going to catch y'all on the next one. See for that Detroit After Dark. For 2, baby. Can't wait. Just give me something to eat and work on some music. And Plus, I think after you eat, you probably got to get some rest too for the, so yeah, let's get this popping. Let's have a cool Saturday. It's the weekend, y'all. In the words of Ludacris, it's Saturday. Got a big weed stash, pocket full of cash. Just seen a bill go away. It's Saturday. Sticky, iggy. Ooh, ooh. Iggy. And in other news, water style, it's like a winter storm coming to her area. So like I hope she be safe. Fucking winter storm. I know shit. If she get in the winter storm, we're gonna have to probably get an after effect of that shit. Damn. Damn. All right, but y'all be safe. Shouts out to Live and Learn. Eyes wide shut. In the groove. And everybody's going to watch on the playback. Much love to my guy, this Vonta, UK correspondent. Let's get us something to eat, baby. Catch y'all tonight. And if I get done with a song, just be on the lookout for a song. But be on the lookout for some YouTube shorts. You know I'm throwing those YouTube shorts out there. I think I got enough to put to a video or two. You know what I'm saying? So I can make some motherfucking quick music videos real quick with the motherfucking YouTube shorts I did. So yeah. Yep, I'm having fun with it. I will, baby. My dessert. Love it. All right, this is your man, Sir Cannon. This is the Fuck the Government podcast. We out.